What's up, YouTube? Happy New Year's Eve. Got a discussion to do today. This is 5 tips to help new yo-yo players. Alright, so let's get into it. So 5 tips to help new yo-yo players. Now, there's tons of tips to help new yo-yo players, but I felt that these 5 were important and that this was sort of a thing to kind of help somebody, like if you just got a yo-yo for Christmas or you're just starting out, these tips could help you out a good bit, because I kind of wish somebody would have told me some of these things. But congratulations on being a new member of the yo-yo community. It's a fun community. It's a fun hobby. It's a really cool hobby, and I enjoy it a lot, and I know tons of other guys and girls really like it too. So welcome. Have fun, and we're here to answer questions, but let's get into the tips. So, number 1, learn to throw and catch a yo-yo properly and very well. That's probably the biggest and best tip that anybody can give you. I often see people who haven't quite figured out the throw yet try to get into like, oh, let me try double or nothing now. Let me try this now. And if you can't throw well, those tricks are going to be hard. Tricks in general are going to be hard if you can't throw a yo-yo straight. So make sure you take the time to get the muscle memory down to just be able to throw and catch a yo-yo. Let me show you real quick. Forward throw. Forward, or the strong sleeper. Make a muscle. Throw it straight down. Keep it straight. Pull back. Just tug up with your wrist. You don't even have to tug it with your wrist on a responsive yo-yo. If you have an unresponsive yo-yo, you're going to have to bind it, but just tug. Same thing for the breakaway. You're going to make a muscle. You're throwing it out away from your body. So instead of throwing it forward like this and turning your hand, you are throwing it out away from your body and letting it swing in front of you. So, like this. Make a muscle. Throw the yo-yo. Make a muscle. Throw the yo-yo. It can be real exaggerated. Just make sure you keep it on the plane. You'll hear that a lot. Keep it in a straight line. You want to be able to throw straight. Nice and straight, so that when you throw it up on the trapeze, all you got to do is stick your finger there and it'll hop straight right off of your finger onto the string. That's tip number 1. Learn to throw and catch a yo-yo. That's the beginning and the end of every trick. Learn to throw and catch. Just do it all day. Throw it, catch it. Throw it, catch it. I did that for like 20 years. It's fun, it's relaxing. It'll help you learn lots of tricks, because it's the beginning and the end of every one of them. So there. Tip number 2. Learn yo-yo maintenance. What do I mean by that? Most yo-yos nowadays come with a ball bearing. Learn how to screw them apart. Learn simple bearing maintenance. If it's dirty, learn how to clean it. Basically, just put it in some alcohol or lighter fluid or something. I have a video on how to clean a yo-yo bearing, but lots of other guys do as well. Or if you want it to be responsive, how to lube a yo-yo bearing. Lots of good videos, good tutorials on YouTube. You're already on YouTube, so go and watch some YouTube tutorials on how to clean a yo-yo bearing and how to lube it properly. And also learn how to change your string and all that stuff. So, learn how, if your yo-yo comes apart, learn how to screw it apart and screw it back together properly. Never over tighten your yo-yo. Just, screw it back together so that it's hand tight, but don't crank it. The way to put your string back on your yo-yo is you're going to take the little loopy here, because it's two strings wound together. You're going to unwind it. Put your fingers in the loop there. Put it over the yo-yo and into the gap. I like to kind of like hand re-twist mine together. That's it. That's how you change your string. It's about how you put your string on the yo-yo. Make sure you change your string often. You don't want your string to break. Your string breaks, your yo-yo goes flying, hits something hard. It's either going to break what it hit or you're going to break your yo-yo. Neither of those things are good. So learn basic yo-yo maintenance. Doesn't take a ton of maintenance, but like anything with moving parts, it takes a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of know-how to keep it playing correctly and smoothly. And with a little bit of help, it's not very hard. Go watch some tutorials on it. I've linked one or two already, and just search it. Yo-yo maintenance. YoTricks.com has a lot of really good ones. That's all. So that's tip number 2. Learn some yo-yo maintenance. Tip number 3. Ask for help and advice. One of the coolest things about the internet is that now we have access to each other. And the yo-yo community has built itself up on the internet to be big and awesome and very helpful. There are lots of really good resources on Facebook. There's the National Recreational Yo-Yo Association on Facebook, which is an open group, and it's full of really nice guys who are there to help and answer any question you might have. And I'm even a part of it, so you might even get a question answered by me. I probably would answer it, actually, because I'm a nice guy too. But there's also the Yo-Yo BST and Talk on Facebook. That's a private group. You have to get into that because there's also a lot of buying and selling on there. But, if you prove yourself to be a non-scammer, it's not that tough to get into. And then on Reddit, the subreddit for yo-yo players is R Throwers. So we call ourselves Throwers. So R Throwers on the subreddit on Reddit is a good resource as well. They're nice there, and they'll answer your questions as well. Also, the YoyoExpert Forums are very good as well. If you're into buying yo-yos, you probably already know what YoyoExpert is. YoyoExpert has a forum. It's not as active as some of the other avenues. Facebook is pretty instant, so is our Throwers. There's a lot of people on there. If you go to the YoyoExpert Forums, it might take a little bit to have somebody reply if nobody's on looking right away, but it shouldn't take too long because there's people that visit every day. I frequent that forum often-ish as well. So lots of good avenues and resources for you to kind of ask questions, get your questions answered, and everybody's excited to help new players. So don't feel stupid, don't feel intimidated. Everybody's here to help. Also, look up, see if there's a local yo-yo club here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We do have a local yo-yo club that we hold out at SW Randall Toys, which is downtown Pittsburgh. We're there pretty much every Saturday unless it's a holiday or something. We'll be there this coming Saturday, or we were just there this past Saturday. We'll probably be there this coming Saturday. We hang out, we throw yo-yos, we play with other people's yo-yos. SW Randall has yo-yos there, a great selection to buy and try. It's a good time. So see if you can find a yo-yo club to go to as well, because you can learn tutorials with videos online. I've got some videos to help teach you some stuff. So does YoTricks is a great resource. So is YoyoExpert. But going to yo-yo club and talking to somebody in real life and getting real life help from somebody who already knows the trick, that's second to none. That's the best way you're going to learn anything, is by somebody else showing you and helping you out with it. So I would suggest looking up your local yo-yo club and going there if you've got one. So that was number 3. Number 4, don't get frustrated. There's kind of a learning curve in learning how to do yo-yo and learning how to play yo-yo. Don't get frustrated. Move on. If you get stuck on a trick, try something else. Go back and practice something that you already thought you knew. You can always get better at it. Go back and practice just throwing and catching. Number 1, go back and practice throwing and catching, or go back to just practicing your bind, or trying to find a new bind, or something like that. It's very easy to get frustrated because some tricks are really tough and take a long time to master and take a lot of just muscle memory to do. Go back and try something else and try not to get frustrated with it. It's a toy. You'll figure it out, and everything that's worth doing is hard. So go back and try something else, work on something else, eventually come back to it, and you'll find it a lot easier. I promise you. It happens all the time. It happens to everybody. So try not to get frustrated. Number 5. This kind of goes with number 4, but have fun. Don't get hung up on gear or what yo-yo, or oh, my yo-yo's not good enough, or this isn't good enough, or whatever. Have fun. It's a toy. Play with your toys. It's cool. It's good to blow off steam. Other people can be impressed by it. I very rarely get a negative reaction out of anybody. If I'm yo-yoing around them, they either completely ignore me or they're like, oh man, that's really awesome. I've never really had a negative reaction, you know, your mileage may vary, but, you know, don't get hung up on gear. Have fun. It's just a toy. You know, collecting is fun too. I mean, that's another part of this hobby, is that, like, just collecting yo-yos, because they're all different. They come in different colors, different sizes, different shapes, and that's fun too. I have a lot of fun doing that. I just did a collection video earlier this week or the other day, and that's a cool video too. Go check that out. But you know, just have fun with it. It's fun to try other styles. It's fun to switch yo-yos. Have fun. It's an enjoyable hobby. We're glad to have you. And you know, if you have any questions, need any help or whatever, go ahead and ask them down in the comments below. I try to answer everybody as best as I can. But if not, I'm sure somebody else will be able to answer you down in the comments. We got a great community here. I have a great subscriber base, and they're very helpful and good guys as well as all of the resources I mentioned on Facebook and Reddit and what have you. But make sure you check out all the links in the description. I will have all of that stuff laid out as far as Facebook and Reddit and everything else is concerned. And YoyoExpert and all those forums, as well as where to buy yo-yos, where to buy yo-yo string, where to buy stuff. You know, welcome to the community. But those were 5 tips to help new yo-yo players. Hopefully you guys got some new players, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the hobby. But leave me a comment down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you. And, oh wait. Cheers to you. I have a coffee. Delicious. And I will see you next time.